All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, fellas.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go.
2nd and 9 now. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll set up to throw. It's complete to Golden Tate. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
2nd and 2. Incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. Open man is Anderson. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street. 36.
2nd and 10. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 yards there, first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back. Here, this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Back two, the Miami! Back two. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our out. No, check that.
On first down, Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Allen will try again on second down. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. This is Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock down one away and bring up second down.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. First down San Francisco, the pickup 14 yards. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 81 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Miller running right. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 2nd down.
I'm coming after you. Alert! Bang, 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 bang.
A give to Michelle running right. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Under 10, 10.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again? Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Preston Brown able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarter.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Miller. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Half 35.
Throwing again. Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wells. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. A nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Lawrence Guy able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From midfield, here's Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Wells. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 28. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Brown able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll run with Miller. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5. And this is Gabriel on the catch. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the curl.
Now back to throw. And Tate's got it. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They'll set up a throw. He's got the hook up to Miller. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Robbie Anderson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the 2nd half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Michael Brockers in on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Allen's throw is complete, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Allen to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Allen to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now Allen. And that will be incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's his 3rd field goal now with the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Mike 50.
Watch the flood, watch the flood, watch the flood. Regular.
Hey, watch it.
Go.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now on 2nd and 13. Allen is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Timmy Jernigan picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He's got his man. This is Tate. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He'll field this at the 5. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Allen now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Michel, and he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Elliott now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He completes this into the hands of Miller. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, no, lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to air one out into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Michel. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now 3rd and 9.
The Niners on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Allen going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock.
Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And it's Michel once again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike 52, Mike 52. What's the run? They're running.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. This safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been...
across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. In for the score. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. Shake it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Back to you. Check safety, check safety.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go, here we go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they will take a knee here.
Allen on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Mike. I got you. I got you.
And they take a knee.
Allen on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to...
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go. Here we go. 6-yard.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Niners, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll be off to Minneapolis.